Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. I am Richard. Today I'm going to bring you with me out on adventure again. We are going to explore deep forest, climb high mountains, visit some cool cities and towns, and hopefully manage to beat up some ugly but kind of cool monsters and upgrade our characters as well. I'm going to show you Village of Legends Reaper's Hand. This is a cool story game where you and a group of friends, or just you alone, go out in the world and try to do different adventures. Now this is an expansion on the Village of Legends. This is the base game. I've already done a video on this one showing you how to play this game. If you have not seen that video, you should see that before watching this, because you use the rules in the base game to play the Reaper's Hand. You can find this video by pressing the link up here in the corner. Now, I'm going to show you the Reaper's Hand. I'm going to show you the setup of this game. I'm going to show you an overview of the gameplay and how the adventures actually works out, what kind of things you might be able to upgrade your characters with, how you can actually go into this world and dig into this cool adventure. And we are going to use this book, Village of Legends Reaper's Hand, the thick role-playing book, I would almost call it, because you have a text and you have a story carrying you forward, and you need to choose which path you want to go. So let's just have a look at it. This is the setup of the game. Just like the base game, we have the market up here for all players to reach. And we should fill it with beer cards, scroll cards, spell cards, potion cards, and nuggets. Taking the beers, shuffle them up real good, and putting them face down on the beer spot. The same thing with the scrolls, the spells, potions, and lastly, the nuggets. Next to the board we have the adventure cards, looking like this, with a door on the backside. You have numbers on these cards and they should go in descending order from the highest one all the way down to 0, with 0 being in the bottom of the deck. Next to the market we have placed the mini cards. We have some enemy mini cards here, but we also have some food mini cards. Here we have some condition tokens. Each player takes up their character board, their little token representing their character, and this little cube putting it on the highest number of their health tracker. The token of their character should be put on the lowest number on their XP tracker. Each player receives their starting deck of 2 staffs and 8 coin cards, and should then be shuffled really good. Probably better than I'm doing right now. This will be the players' starting decks. The players will also receive a punch card. This will stay next to their character board at all time and can be used in battle if you do not have any weapons to wield. We then need to take all the big monster cards with the red frame, mix them up real good, and also having the scale cards in this deck, putting this next to the board. Then we need to shuffle all the remaining standard cards. Again, shuffle them real good, and placing them next to the market. The first player gets the first player token, and in the middle we have some dice. So the Reaper's Hand, this one, is a co-op campaign version of the Village of Legends. But here we use the Reaper's Hand, the book, and guide us through some really cool adventures. In this book, you will be placed in different kind of situations, and you will need to choose which path you want to go. We all start in the beginning of the book with the introduction, looking like this. In here you have a starting text on where you are in the world and what you are about to do. And on the next pages, you will have different paths that you will have to choose to see where you end up. And there's no right or wrong here. You can choose whatever path you want to go and whatever route you want to explore. All depending on where you and your friends want to go, you will end up in different parts of this beautiful, cool, and weird world. I have played this solo most of the time and I really enjoy it. Because on the path along you will meet a lot of cool characters in this book. And you will get kind of clues on what's going on in the world. And you will have different focuses on what you want to accomplish as well. On the way you go, you get more money, you get more fame, and you will also be able to upgrade your character with better weapons. I mean, you won't have a staff during the whole game, hopefully, because then you're probably doing something wrong. So we start our journey at chapter 1, the homing pigeon. We get some brief information on what is going on in this land, and we also get some information on where we are. The book also tells us how to create the market in this place called Skapta. We should take one card from the main deck for every one player. So if this is a 3-player game, we should draw 3 cards from the main deck plus 2. We should have 1 poison for every 1 player. Again, if it's a 3-player game, we should draw 3 poisons, but if it's a 2-player game, we should draw 2 poisons. Here is 1 nugget for every 2 player. Meaning that if it's a 2-player game, it will be 1 nugget. But if it's a 4-player game, it will be 2 nuggets. And down here it says that the player with the most intelligence will be the one that will be able to buy from the market first, and then going clockwise. After we have done this, we need to choose where to go. So once each player have had their chance to buy whatever they want from the market, because you can buy more than just 1 card. You can buy as many as you want to, as long as you have the money on your hand. But once this is done and everybody is more or less happy, we take our discard cards and our hand and we shuffle them together. Now it's time for us to continue our adventure. So now we need to look in the Reaper Handbook. In here we have 3 different directions that we could choose. The top one, for example, says, head to the village harbor. From the port, it's possible to navigate the river in the direction of the capital. If you choose this, you go to chapter 4. But if you choose the other one, you take chapter 3, 39, or so on, whatever the book tells you to, and whatever you feel like is the most intriguing route for you to take. When going on adventures, sooner or later you are going to bump into some enemies. The book will tell you to build the deck of adventure cards with the following numbers. 0 should always be in the bottom, unless the text specifies something else. The text in the book told us to draw 0, 5, 6, and 7 from the adventure deck. Remember the one with the door on the back? Now, number 0, you can see the numbers up here in the right corner. The 0 one should always be in the bottom, like I said. The other cards should be shuffled up and placed above number 0. Now we need to determine who will be the first player, which is usually me. And then the first player draws the top card of the monster deck. Now, depending on which card we get, we will get different monsters. So now we need to look at this card to see what we actually got. We got 1 orc for every 2 players. This is a 3-player game, meaning that we will get 1 orc. But we will get 1 goblin for every 1 player. It's a 3-player game, meaning that we have 1, 2, 3 goblins. Now we need to place out the monsters that we just drew that was indicated on the adventure card, starting with the first player. Now this monster is attacking me. Then we go clockwise, and now this monster is attacking this player. And this monster here is attacking the player over here. The last card will go back to, well, me again, making me face 2 monsters. You can only face and beat up the ones that you have in front of you, just like the base game. But once I have defeated these 2 here, I can go on and start to beat up this guy over here. You can still carry over damage from one monster to another, but then you would need to cast a spell or have a heavy weapon. Also, if you manage to kill your last monster, for example this, and you're using a heavy weapon, and you overkill it, the damage from this monster can go over to another player's monster. Once we have managed to defeat the enemies, hopefully, you can see the HP down here and their battle value down here. We need to beat this to win, and once we have done that, we get to flip them around, showing their back side. Now, here, depending on what the card says, you will get different kind of things. On this one, you will get one card from the main deck. Here, you get to roll the die. If you get 1 to 2, you get a potion, 3 to 4, you get a potion and a card, and 5 to 6, well, you are lucky, you get a lot of things. Down in the right corner, you can also see the amount of experience points that your character received for killing these monsters. On the main card itself, you won't get any loot, but each player will get the experience amount stated down in the right corner. Just like in the base game, every time your character gets some experience points, you move the little tracker up on their experience meter. Once they hit the first level, they get some abilities that they can use in their battles. And once they hit the second level, they get some more abilities that they can use. But in the Reaper's Hand, you can actually reset this whole experience tracker to upgrade your characters even more by using this, your hero sheet. This is used to keep track on your XP point, life points, what is in your inventory when you are done with the game for this time, but you can also see that there are a bunch of skills for your character to learn. You can choose to take a basic skill as soon as you have done a full amount of XP, but you can also choose to build them up on this learning ladder. Once you have done the full round once, twice, and 3 times, you get an advanced skill, giving you the ability to choose one of the advanced skills down here below. Just like in the base game, you can of course give your character some armor to protect them from the deadly blows from the brutal monsters trying to kill them. But besides giving them some armor, you can also assign an ally to them. These allies can be found in this game in different chapters around the world and can be assigned to one of the characters. The character then becomes this ally's master. And these allies can help you in different ways. They can throw some punches for you, they can take some punches, but they can also help you by looking at the top adventure card, giving you a benefit for your next battle. Besides the ally, you could also get yourself a chicken. This chicken can take a blow. Well, it can only take one blow and then it's dead. But when it's all over, you get to eat it. Each hero can carry up to 5 mini cards in their inventory, and these cards can also be used. Each hero can carry up to 5 cards in their inventory, and some of these mini cards can also be used in battles. Food, for example, giving you more life, or King's Dagger letting you kill an undead monster. But like I said, you can only have 5 of these in your inventory. But some of these are light items, meaning that they do not take place in your inventory. Players can also upgrade and get a bigger backpack, letting them carry more in their inventory. Once the adventure is over, we go back to the adventure book and we start reading on what's gonna happen now. Maybe you need to choose a new path, or you will see the text that it says, "Pack your bag." When you see this text, it means that each player now needs to get rid of some cards. Because now we need to only have 10 cards on our hands. And 8 of them needs to be coin or nugget cards, meaning they need to be money card. The last 2 can be weapons. Now the players also have a chance to actually trade with each other, giving each other weapons or armor or whatever to making the best of what they have on their hands. This is also a really good opportunity for you to save the game by using your hero sheet, writing down whatever you have in your inventory, your XP points, and what chapter you're at, so the next time when you pack up the game again, you are ready to go. In some of the missions, you are instructed to use these extra sheets. These are for giving the characters an extra depth in some of the missions, where you get to explore some dungeons, some other landscapes, and some prisons as well. This is a really cool thing, and really extra thing to give the characters even more story in this game. That's how the Reaper's Hand works. You go through the chapters, you read out the text, you fight different monsters, you complete different challenges, and on the way you will meet a lot of allies, a lot of different characters. The story will lead you through the game, and eventually you will end up a completely different place than you thought you were going from the start, which is just epic. I really, really like this game, and if you're into storytelling, the old school RPG, make your own adventure kind of thing, this one is for you. But you have the character sheets, you have the cool little dice here, you have the cards, the equipment, everything giving you that extra little feeling about this world and this game. This is a cool expansion to an already pretty cool game. I mean, I like the first one here where you played against each other, but for me, this brings a whole new level to this world. This book is packed with a lot of stories for you. I can't see you ever finishing this up completely because there's so many ways for you to go and so many ways for you to travel and meet and people and allies and everything. And it's just a cool addition to this game. There you have it, people. That was Village of Legends, the Reaper Hand and Adventure book. Now, this is a cool combination. I really love this whole deck building thing. I love the whole character building, and with the storybook here, it just gives a whole nother depth to this game. I really like it. Like I said, I like the base Village of Legends as well, the original one, but I think that this here just gives a whole new dimension to the game. It's really so much fun to play. I have played this tons lately, and I have not gone through everything still. I mean, there's still so much to explore. And the thing is that when you're dead, when all your characters and your heroes die, well, you need to start over again. So that makes it even harder for you to actually complete this game. It is absolutely awesome. If you like role-playing, if you like the old build your own adventure kind of thing, you should check this out. There will be links down in the description for you, so check it out. If you like this video, people, please give me a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please support it by subscribing to it. Gives me a smile on my lips every time I get a new subscriber. And until next week, people, please remember to spread that board gaming love I know you all have. Peace.